So we're going to try this blue-black deck that won the Grand Prix in Turin. It doesn't seem nearly as good as Nassif's list to me, but whatever. We'll give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? We lose? We lose with everything we play, so that's fine. Yeah, we'll play first. I'm saying it looks about as good as this their deck can have. We'll just get paired versus all the red decks now that we're on blue-black. How many lands were in our deck? Has to be at least 26, right? Just curious. Yep, has to at least be 26, I thought. Evanescence Scatter. That's kind of cool. No 2-drop. There's a Scarab God. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm entertained in seeing how good it is. Or interested in seeing how good it is. But we don't care about that. We hope to get the Supreme Will looking for a land, but no telling what we'll get to look for. So he's not looked for a blue mana yet. This is the only one of them that comes into play untapped, right? This is a cycle land, ain't it? Yep. Yeah. So we're just hoping to draw lands for the next several draw steps. Especially the next two. There's that thing. It's also worth quite a bit. I guess we don't care about that. Those cards are actually good versus us, but care more about glimmering and finding lands. I'm not going to keep any card that's not a land. And I will keep both lands. I think it's worth like 20 ticks right now, or 19 ticks or something, so it like almost pays for another sealed. I guess we'll cast my Scarab God next turn. And by cast my Scarab God next turn, I mean I'm not going to. I wonder if there's any way to trigger Revolt in this deck. I assume not. He still has 7 cards in his hand. Yeah, I guess he's just not going to play anything ever. We could have to discard. It's probably a bad time to actually play that spell. I don't think the Fatal Push matters, so I don't care a whole lot about discarding. Yep, it's a pretty good hit, for sure. Congratulations. At some point, he's going to cast something, right? So he waited all this time to cast that? Kind of assuming he might have like blossoming defenses or something, so I didn't try to grasp it. I have no idea what it's worth. I believe, I'm not positive, but I believe you can type E price. It's probably the Locust God. I think that works. And maybe it doesn't. I have no idea. Oh, it does work. Sweet, it was just lagging. Or I'm just lagging one. It's like worth 2.3, give or take. Bots buy for just a tad less, but yeah. It's a pretty good hit. So I have no idea how this or how our Pummeler opponent's sideboard is built, but in my testing, like Pummeler just crushed these decks, like almost couldn't lose to them. I guess we don't want to land. I guess we get a land either way. And this MTG bot has all sorts of neat things. I don't know them all, but it has all sorts of neat things. I guess it's just safe to play this. We have a disallow up. I don't think you can kill them both. If he plays one that we cared about, if he plays one we care about, we still have a disallow. It's going pretty good, Boot. How are you doing today? Did you guys have a fun Grand Prix trip? You guys sure seemed like you were having fun on Z Magic stream that night. It's a set. It would be. That means it would be the promo one. I think that's what the invocation would be. Just a different type of set. So that'd be like the invocation, I think. Maybe the invocation? Not actually sure. That's great, man. I'm glad you had a good time. At some point, I'm going to have to read this card. So, Zombros. So, we have a 2-turn clock. And we have an Essence Scatter. Feel like we got this game. I believe so. And the reason that the regular foil would be worth so much more for it is because standard sets are redeemable if you get entire sets on Magic Online. Like you can redeem that to paper, but you can't redeem the invocations and masterpieces to paper, so they're just worthless. They're only on Moto. Whereas this one can be turned into a paper card if you have a complete set. Alright, so let's there you go. I think you guys can all use that command too. I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, so let's look at the sideboard. I believe 2 to Slaughters are probably fine because they have Bristling Hydras and stuff. The Gifted Ephemerborns are probably pretty decent here too. Don't know about the Cletus. The Cletus don't seem like the best thing in the world, but we'll consider them. Negate actually seems better than it sounds. What doesn't seem good here? So those are the cards that seem goodish here. Yeah, they're pretty expensive. I had to buy one yesterday for this deck, and I did not appreciate it. The flaying definitely seemed bad. The Supreme Wills seem okay. Man, everything seems good. Maybe the Scarab gods just aren't good here. Maybe that's not how we win this match. That curve looks okay, but we still have to remove 2 more cards. Maybe Supreme Wills? Supreme Wills and Disallows are about the same, I guess. Let's take out one of each since I don't know any better. This is the first time we've ever played this deck, so sideboarding stuff's going to be weird. Play's probably going to be poor too. I have to mulligan this. Yeah, I'm pretty jealous that I didn't get to go. Really wanted to go. What is CPI? I don't even know what that is. I do not know what Visions of Brutality is. Spontaneous Mutation was one of my favorite draft cards in that format. Because you always got it so late and it always did so much work. Yeah, well, this hand's keepable, but not great. We'll definitely keep an Essence Scatter. It's going to suck if they have a Lone Tusk Cub, but it can, like, stop a Brawler, I guess. Oh. I have to find some black mana at some point. Actually, don't know what Visions of Brutality is. There you go. Chain a creature can't bond. Card's kind of cool. Nice. We got a nice little 2 to slaughter now to make him sacrifice something. I think the 2 slaughters is good to come in out of the board, especially because it can also help deal with any Chandras that he gets through. Oh, it's a DCI number. Magic Online doesn't use DCI numbers. I've never heard of a CPI. That might be something different, but DCI is what you use in paper. I'm pretty well willing to Essence Scatter anything he plays. It makes the 2 to slaughter better. Hopefully we just hit a swamp and we don't have to worry about that. Did not just hit a swamp, so do have to worry about that. It shouldn't be. Is it frozen? Is it frozen for anybody else? Hmm. But missing that land drop was pretty unfortunate. He's going to get to resolve whatever he wants now. Whatever he wants is probably enough to beat us. Already don't like the choked estuaries just as much as I hate Prairie Stream in the other build. I've never heard of CPI, but that sounds similar to what a DCI number is. Guess there's some chance that he doesn't have a follow-up. If he's got a follow-up, we're in bad shape. Oh. Yeah. We're just not going to beat that. I guess if he has nothing, we can beat that with a Kalitas. Okay, I'm pretty sure on my screen I'd click black, but whatever. So if he has anything, we lose. No, Moto, you can tie your Moto account to the DCI, but it doesn't affect anything. You might get a promo here and there during special events. Okay, we're dead. He had to have literal nothing for us to win there. A Glorybringer would have beat us, a Chandra, a Harness Lightning, like an Invigorated Rampage. Pretty well anything would have beat us. Still don't think there's anything I want to bring else in. All these removal spells seem useful, especially now that we've saw that he's got Dumbo. All the counter spells seem good as well. Just gonna have to run it back and hope to get a little luckier. I really think Pummeler just crushes blue-black though. Whereas I don't think most Pummeler decks beat the deck we were just playing at all, so. I'm gonna need a third land. Like, this hand seems pretty bad, but I don't think I can mulligan it. I think 3 mana removal spells are just a little too bad here. Yeah, I mean, he had a million outs. Eh. We may not get to play a spell this game, but I still don't think we can mulligan that. The odds of getting 3 lands if we mulligan aren't very high. Like, the math's pretty bad to hit 3 lands. Yeah, just hit a 3rd land, didn't get to play. I'm going to take the damage. Play Fatal Push later, somewhere in the turn. He may tap out or something. Didn't tap out. Oh well. Did tap out. So try to play around Blossoming Defense a little and really hope we hit an untapped land. We did not. Too bad we're going to be pretty much too far behind now. He can resolve whatever he wants. If we hit 3 running lands and his hand's kind of weak, maybe we have a chance. Oh. That card's not weak at all. Not having a Wrath of God makes me not like blue-black, as powerful as Scarab God is. sure. Alright, well, this is something that we can potentially beat. If he's got, like, a fling or a number of cards, we kind of can't. Oh, I messed up. I could have taken 3 less damage there. I didn't realize what phase I was in. That could be game costing. Probably is game costing. It's even a little frustrating. I should be at 9 damage, or I should be at 9 life if I hadn't punted. Oh, did not realize what phase I was in. That was just being unfocused and 100% my fault. We still have to hit pretty good for that to even have mattered. Yeah. If the opponent only draws 2 creatures, well, I guess we have a chance. Latest spoilers. I have no clue what the Duskborn is. Alright, well, we have hard counterspell now, so that's at least somewhat good as long as they don't draw a Prowler. So we know he still has 2 lands in his hand. Definitely not keeping anything that's... we'll keep the Essence Scatter. Go ahead and cycle this thing too. I think we're going to win this game that I made that bad of a mistake in because our opponent only drew 2 creatures. That's how we won game 1 as well. Our opponent just like played 1 creature or 2 creatures the whole game. Oh, you can't have the space in the Duskborn. Yes, we would like to cast you. Don't want either of you. I guess it doesn't work with spoilers? I'm not sure. Or I guess it doesn't work with cards not released yet. Might not be in the bot. I'm not sure. Go ahead and play him, try to get some life gain. We still have Disallow, and our opponent's shown us that he has practically no cards in his hand. Still has 2 lands that we know about, the Forest and the Mountain. That's a pretty bad punt, though. I'm going to have to pay more attention. We're going to have to focus up, fam. Save the Disallow in case he has a fling for a later creature. Okay, never mind. Well, we got game 1. Sometimes you just have to run hot. Moving into game 2 now. Oh, shoot. How long has that game started? How long have we been live here? Let's look. Been live. I have no idea when that last match started. We'll say 4:30. I have to set an alarm tomorrow for 4:30 then, so I know when I can upload the next video. Anybody new in stream, make sure to follow if you like the content whatsoever, and if you really like the content and want to support me, I'd appreciate you going down below and clicking the links to both my Twitter and my YouTube, especially to YouTube, and liking those as well, or following those as well. If you're in chat, you can always type !decklist to see any deck list we're playing. Also, every deck list we play and every time we go live's posted on my Twitter. And if you're watching from YouTube, the deck list, the link to the Twitch chat, and the link to the Twitter are all in the descriptions below the chat. Alright, so we're going to keep this hand. Oh, trust me, I didn't think you're trying to troll. I don't know the commands either. Like I'm new to them as well. Anything computery is over my head. I spent 4 hours trying to edit a video for YouTube the other night and just miserably failed at it. Didn't come close. Didn't come close to getting it right. It's I think you have to type the whole name. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll pop it up for you though, just in case. This little thing's gonna be annoying. Puppy power. Them needing to sack that clue there, maybe not even needing, but them sacking that clue there is pretty decent for us. I don't think we'll bother to grasp this Fraven. We're probably willing to take quite a bit of damage from the Fraven. Probably taking or willing to take quite a lot less damage from the Fraven now that he's got a second. We'll take at least a 1 point though, because I'd rather censor a Selfless Spirit than worry about than use a Grasp on a Fraven. Alright. Obviously not the best use of that card. This match feels like it's probably pretty decent for us, unless they have Gideons, and I believe the Brad Nelson, Corey, and I believe all of them cut the Gideons from the main, so game one seems like it should be good. Did have to waste a grasp on a Fraben Inspector though, so like there's a good chance that he can like sneak an Avacyn or something through at some point. Reg list. I don't know what reg list is. I don't even know what that's trying to do. Alright, so let's go ahead and censor whatever he plays here. That censor value. Cool, Scarab God can make those things 4/4s. It's kind of cute. Oh, that card's very good versus us as well. Now we actually have to pay attention to our life total. Give myself a million of MTGO tickets. I've not looked for new followers in a while. I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you in advance to all the millions of people that have clearly followed me in the last few minutes. The thousands of you. On my screen, I counterspelled that and then it untapped his planes. That's just so awkward. Good job, Moto. uh, I would also not mind a million Moto tickets. Yeah, he can have an Archangel here, but I think it's still fine to cast this. Kind of want the Supreme Will. Might have been greedy to keep the Supreme Will, especially when he's so close to being able to get a spawning bed out. They're down to 3 cards in their hand, though. And this deck does have main deck Flame Tendrils, I think's what they're called. Well, it's none of those things. Guess we have to keep one of those. I'd rather keep that. Save the Supreme Will for at least one more turn. Oh, that Disallow is great. Disallow makes me feel pretty happy about our life decisions. These spawning beds, I'm going to disallow the trigger. Guess we have those too. We played a Stone Ring, friends. So little Fraben's still just sitting over here trying to do God's work, though. I'd like to find a Torrential Gearhulk or a Draw 2, so we're going to go digging again. Any Draw 2s are in this deck. There has to be some number of Hieroglyphs in the deck, right? No Hieroglyphs. Wow. The guy who ran this deck probably ran Hotter than the Sun then. Probably ran Hotter than the Sun. Is it bad that I'm probably going to Scarab God the Fraben Inspector next turn, just so I can get a clue? Think that's better than getting a Thought-Knot Seer? Thought-Knot Seer might let him turn one of his removal spells into a real spell. That's fine. He still has to play something at some point, right? Again, the Spawning Bed's a very good one. Yeah. Well, at some point, we're going to draw something. That's not too bad. So, as of right now, how many cards did we even go through? That's a good one. Now he attacks for like a million. So we really need to draw a draw 2 now. Since we're currently on a 2-turn clock. Guess we're not on a 2-turn clock. He doesn't have any creatures. Put 6 cards on the bottom that weren't glimmers, though. Yeah, well, I guess we'll just go ahead and play it. There's nothing in the graveyards, but it's a 4-turn clock. Go ahead and get this back now because he could draw another Scavenging Grounds and us not be able to. And now it's a 2-turn clock. He missed on his first draw. I think this lets me scry for one. I guess we'll never know. Well, this is letting me scry for one, right? Yeah. So we would have solved that card, and oh boy, we would have kept it. Alright. So, sideboarding versus this, white stuff. Kalatos has to be at least reasonable here. Gift of Everborn has to at least be reasonable here. You're probably reasonable here. Not sure if I need these or not, but they might be able to kill Gideons. I don't know how many Gideons they play. Foraying seems good versus that land, but only that land. I think we're just going to struggle to sideboard with this deck at all times. Kinda just want to take out the disallows, but that's probably wrong. If they have Scavenging Grounds, maybe these are just worse. Maybe these cards aren't good enough, but still feel like they're okay. Maybe the Scavenging Grounds is considerably worse. Or maybe the Scarab God's considerably worse. Feel like there's a lot of opportunities that we're going to be able to resolve one of these if we want. Yeah, I have no idea. No idea how to sideboard this deck. If anybody has any suggestions, ideas, or links to articles with it, that'd be just great. Playing versus Mono White Eldrazi. The 4 pushes could be overkill. They only really have they don't really have like Selfless Spirits and Fravens. Can kill a Walking Ballista, can it? They have 4 Walking Ballistas too. That's 12 targets. Yeah, we'll mulligan this. We'll keep this. This hand's really bad, by the way. We have to keep any removal spell, I think. Is the delay that bad? Shouldn't be. It's E-price. Oh, wait. I guess that's... I don't know what you type for paper prices. Alright, that's fair. Seems like we just want to counterspell anything we can. That's not an island. This takes basic lands, right? Yeah. Rip. So they can resolve whatever they want now. And that's pretty bad for us. At least our hand's pretty solid. Not having a Wrath of God kind of sucks though when they're going to be slipping things through. Because he can like slip an Archangel through now when I cast a Glimmer. So we're basically looking for removal spells of these. Yeah, like I said, he can slip an Archangel through now. If we're playing a white deck, he can't even cast that Archangel there. It's just too bad for him. Rip. 2-turn clock, and we didn't draw another removal. Could have played the island, I guess. So this will be able to finish any game. I can't envision a game where we can win. Yep, I should have played a. Definitely should have played an island. Oh, yep, we did. There's just nobody online today. It's kind of an awkward time to flip that. Yeah, we didn't hit. We dead, fam. Have no answer to it. Alright, let's look at this sideboarding stuff again. So we definitely want these, I think. Maybe the fatal pushes aren't good, like you guys said. Supreme Will seems like something I don't want to get rid of either. I don't think I'm allowed to talk about my porn channel on Twitch. Or not channel, but it's a thing. Just not that many removal spells. Maybe we want those two. Let's just run this. Eh. It's still a 5/5 blocker, right? Like, you can block a Fault Knot. I feel like this deck needs more removal. Man, that's expensive. I can't bring myself to get rid of a Kalatos. I'd rather get rid of a Gearhulk than a Kalatos. Okay. I will go to 2 then, I guess. I need to pick up 2 of that guy online. This deck is what I'd planned to play in paper Friday before I'd looked at the deck list. Now that I've looked at the deck list, I don't think I'm into it. It's just not my thing. Thank you guys again for the new follows. Squirtle and Key the Wolf. He took the full amount of time to sideboard this game. I believe if I'm playing Scarab God deck, I should probably be playing the Thief's build, but I like to test the builds from Grand Prix. I think this hand's fine. I sold my Chandras when they were 25, or sorry, when they were 35 maybe? Thought they'd go back down to 25. They did not. Yeah, well, opponent mulliganed to 6, which is a good sign when we have 3 counter spells. Fortunately, we can only cast 2 of them. Alright, now we can cast 3 of them. Nicobolus is pretty sweet. That's a standard card. What are you going to Card Cave looking for standard cards for? I would not. That seems like you got way overpriced. Yeah. May not be though. I don't actually know prices. That just seems like way too expensive. Yeah. Looks like it's a reasonable price actually when I looked it up. I don't think I want to cycle yet. So 4 more lands and we can try to get us some Scarab God value. Certainly not casting the God early though. The Star City is beyond overpriced. Never look at Star City to determine the price of a card. Think we're going to want that land? At some point I'm going to cycle this sensor. You just wait. It's going to be the greatest cycle of a sensor that you've ever saw. That sometime is now, by the way. Second disallow is kind of cool. Another Scarab God, can't really use it. Some people don't know any better, man. Or they have more money and they don't care. Or they just like the reputable name. At least when you buy from Star City, you know what you're going to get. A lot of places you buy from them, you have no idea what you'll actually end up with. This deck really needs more draw twos. Well, I feel confident enough to sling the Supreme Will out then. It never feels like there's going to be a good time to cast a Scarab God. I guess I want the Glimmer. I don't really care. Oh, I guess I can't even use the Glimmer, can I? I have 6 lands. This is the exact build from the Grand Prix. This is the Grand Prix list. Alright, that was good for us. Now we can actually cast our spells. This is... I think it's Dolian's build. I'm not sure. Forgive me if I'm not remembering the name and or not pronouncing the name right. I'm going to counterspell that. Just with what's the question. Or this at least is what's posted on MTG as his list. I guess it may not be accurate, but it's what's posted as it. Or just what's posted on it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I might not be right. I'm just saying this is what's posted on Goldfish. Goldfish could be wrong. I guess that's fine. Eldrazi Displacer is not fine, is it? Feel like I have to save the gifted effort. Feels like I need to save the disallow and the grasp. Whatever. You can grasp it next turn or whatever. Really just want to cast a Glimmer. probably not keeping many cards that aren't lands. There's some I'd keep. I'm not keeping either of those. We're going to have to draw a good spell. Like, we win races like this. The lightning strike's going to be pretty nice. Alright. Next turn we can actually play a Scarab God and see what happens. Fraben Inspector's ridiculously good here. Not a lot I can do about it, though. There's nothing in any graveyard that I want, so the Scarab God doesn't seem great. Yeah, you win the race like that. Guess I can't attack next turn? I guess I can attack then. At some point I have to pull the trigger on one of these Scarab Gods. Tilt. Well, that was pretty good for him. That probably hurts me a lot more than I want to admit. Because that means if he's wasting one of these on that, that means he definitely has a second. And we don't come close to winning any races then. It's kind of interesting that he sacrificed that one instead of Eldrazi. Yeah. Scarab God, hurrah. Not a fan of the Imminent Doom. I do have a Russian foil one though, so I really hope I'm wrong about it. I hope it's great. Archangel Avacyn. Yeah. Not hitting Torrential Gearhulk in Outers game 2 or 3 was pretty bad for us. That is also pretty bad for us because now he gets to flip that if he wants. Which means we're drawing pretty thin. Well, he didn't want to. Huh. Wonder what's better. Wonder what gives us a higher percentage to win between the Scarab God and the other. So we can look for a Grasp and die on board. Or we can get the Archangel back and die to a number of things? I mean, this is, what, the first one we played versus, right? I guess it's safer just to play the Glimmer. Both of them are fairly low percentage plays. I probably should have saved the fetid pools if I was doing this. Yeah, well, saving the fetid pools wouldn't have, could have still changed something. Alright, wouldn't have changed anything. I don't think we should have sideboarded out the Kalatos. I think it was bad for us not to bring in every copy of the Kalatos. Well, 1-1. Like, Kalatos was what I was wanting to draw almost all of that game. Anyway, I want to thank the new followers. Appreciate the follow. If you like what you see, you can also look down below the stream for a link to my Twitter or my YouTube and like those as well. On the Twitter, you'll see every deck list we play and every time we go live. And on the YouTube, if you're watching there, we post all of the streams there. And in every description, you'll see the deck list we played when we went live. Or, sorry, you'll see the deck list we played, the link to the Twitter, and a link to the Twitch. Gearhulk would have been nice, but I don't know if Gearhulk would have won. Oh, sweet. We could be versus the same deck again. No idea. If we get the Scarab God instead of the Glimmer, we're dead on board to any cast out or any stasis snare effect. Alright. Well, opponent has a great draw. I think it's just too high of a chance for him to have a stasis snare or a... He's drawing a card for his turn though, and he had, you know, the time. I think it's pretty likely that he would have had it. Just the way the game played out, I'm going to assume that it's pretty likely that he could have had it. This is kind of like a little Nombo. All he needs is a black mana and he can get it back, but... we might want to cycle, I guess. Like, and even if we do that, like, he just attacks next turn, we block, we take 3, and then he flips his thing off of the Selfless Spirit, so like we still have to hit the thing next turn or we're dead anyway. But you could be right. I did think a little bit about it. Dreamstealer's a good card. Guess we're taking 2 more damage. So, I'll probably get to play both of you this game. Supreme Will is a great draw there. It lets us not worry about. Lets us not worry too much about Gideon. Oh, I'm not going to worry about Gideon anyway. I'm just going to play this thing. If he top decks a black mana, it's kind of bad for us. But our mana's tied up for most of the rest of the game, and it kind of blocks. Most of his mana that's black don't come into play tapped. Or don't come into play untapped. Just gonna start attacking. We can actually probably just win by attacking. The double Gearhulk's gonna put a lot of pressure on him. Especially if he never draws a land, like in a million years. It's kind of interesting that we keep censoring or essence scattering these things, but doesn't have a particularly good block, so you might as well attack. Wow, I didn't put my textless negates in this deck. I fell. That is it's a large fail. Man, I hate that advantage bar stuff so bad you don't even know. It drives me batty. Drives me absolutely batty. Like that's not how you decide who wins at Magic. And I think it's confusing to newer players even as well. Like newer players don't understand that if you have like a bunch of creatures on board or like a bunch of lands that you may not be winning. So like they tune in and they see that and they're like, "What?" That's my most recent purchase in paper Magic was to get my textless negates going. Uh, I guess I don't care a lot about that. I probably care enough to counter it though, don't I? Maybe not. Maybe I should have just bought back one of their things. I kind of just want to put a counter spell in the graveyard though for the other Gearhulk. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's one undoubtedly. Like, there's still quite a few reasonable things they could have here. That's not really one of them, but I guess with the double disallow, it's probably one now. They did only have two lands for like 37 turns. Wait, what? What are they tapping 2 mana for? Sure. So they go up to 13. We killed our blocker and we win. Yep, killed our blocker and we win. They have no more energy for this either. kind of a weird scoop. Like, if I didn't have a removal spell for this, maybe there's a chance that, like, this and a murder boat would have won the game. I don't know. Anyway, Gifted Everborn feels like it's probably decent here. The Lilianas feel like they keep him honest, but they don't feel like they're great. The Tuda Slaughters feel pretty good. The Nevers feel pretty decent. The Negate feels kind of decent. The Flame Tendrils don't feel great. I just don't know how to sideboard this deck. It feels like I always want all of these cards. I guess Essences Scatters probably don't feel great. They have a lot of draws that won't even have a creature in it, won't they? Just kind of want to take out the Scarab God again. Just seems worse than Gear Hulk and stuff. Maybe the Gifted Efterborn's just not worth it. Maybe they don't come in versus anything except for red deck wins. They're probably at least better on the play than the draw. Lilianas are probably better on the play than the draw too. Maybe they're not good either. Maybe nothing's good. Just no cards are good. Just no cards are ever good. Whatever. Beat our main deck. You can tell I'm not a professional Magic player at all, as with every sideboarding decision I get confused. I think a lot of those cards are really good on the play. We'll definitely be doing more sideboarding on the play. I'm not salty. I'm having a great time. You'll know when I'm salty, man. I won't be joking around. I'll just be crying. There's no salt in this stream except for when our opponents top deck another Ulamog on the turn before they're dead. Then you get all the salt. James, you have all the cards that you need to trade to me. You need to trade me some of them beta lands, and you need to trade me your Scarab Gods. I don't actually own a notebook. I'm too poor. I wouldn't mind to have one though. I don't have an iPad or anything. I'm just white trash, man. Dispossess? Okay. Well, I'm gonna Fatal Push your dude then. You dispossess me? Well, I'll kill you with this. Alright, so we can only win the game of these now. Oh, you're talking to local dope, James. I'm gonna pretend like he paid $1 million for them, just so I don't have to feel bad about not owning them. Opponent only has 2 cards in hand plus 1 clue, so. Do 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 do. 12 seems decent. I have no idea what paper prices are. 12 seems decent. I stand by it. Uh, well, that sucks. Is it worth it killing that anyway? Eh, screw it. You can only get it back once for now. They sacked this clue instead. I'm gonna feel really good when I disallow this trigger in a minute. Also, I'm never actually going to disallow that trigger. I was just talking to hear myself. Talking to hear myself is one of my favorite things to do. Because I'm so beautiful in every single way. Doomfall? I'm actually going to counterspell that just because I can hardcast the Scarab God. He doesn't even have red mana. I just have to draw an untapped land. That's not an untapped land. If you haven't done so... Why, thank you, Jay, still. You're the man. He has red mana now. I am much less happy about my lot in life. Now he has white mana as well. uh... Alright. I'll kill you again. Sweet, that worked out. Whatever, he's got one card left. You don't have black mana anymore. It's the only reason I did that. Dang it! Come on, Scarab Gods, give us a land. Things may be going very poorly for us now that we don't have the land. Sure. Really, I've kind of played loose on those terms, but I think all of those plays would have been okay if we just hit a land. But we're never going to hit a land, so it's fine. Cool. No creature, please. Thank you. Hey, you're not going to attack me with the Heart of Kieran? Dude. Now he can, like, save his Chandra with the Heart of Kieran. He did not save his Chandra with the Heart of Kieran. And we still didn't draw a land. Oh, I'm gonna punch myself soon. At least we hit a disallow. It kind of, like, delays the game another turn. Land. Right on time, land. Wait, no. No, that wasn't a land. You guys can't see this big poop-eating grin on my face as I make my bad jokes. Wait. And he's got a walking ballista? Well, at least we know least we know he doesn't have a removal spell for the Scarab God. I mean, we're never going to draw land, but we know he doesn't have a removal spell for it. He's just refused to attack with this Hardikiran twice. I'm not sure why it's in your deck if you're not going to attack with it. Oh boy, we online now, friends. I've killed all of his creatures. Like, my Scarab God's not even that good now. So what's the most tilting thing he could draw? Like a Doomfall or a Murderous Bolt? Sure. What's the best thing we could draw? A Fatal Push? Well, that's certainly not close to the best thing we could draw. There's like literally not a creature in a graveyard. Maybe he'll block. Nope. You didn't want to block? Yeah, I didn't think so. There's a creature in a graveyard now. I lied. No creature, no graveyards. Oh, it's just a Glory Bringer. I didn't think this game was losable. And then we like didn't play a land till like turn 7 or 8 or 9 or 12 or whatever. And we lost. A Grasp. Alright, we're just dead. If it was a Fatal Push, we could have at least lived another turn. Alright, so he left his Toolcraft Exemplars in. These things seem better on the play than the draw. Screw Dispossess. Let's bring these things in too. So I have to get rid of 5 cards like this? Figured it out. Alright, let's try this. I think I want as many interactive spells early as we can get. Probably should have cut all the Scarab guys. They just don't feel good in this match. Okay, great. Come on, 26 land deck. Don't be like this to us. Alright, we'll keep this. We'll actually keep that card too. I don't feel like they ever really overwhelmed the board. This little card right here is aggravating. Maybe you're right. It's like the only card I wanted versus though, right? We brought in Kalatos and stuff for that. Alright, well, I guess he's going to make us discard our only good spell. If he doesn't take this, I'm going to go ahead and use it on that. Might as well prevent 3 damage and potentially take another turn. Oh, another land. Imagine if we'd hit one of those last game. Imagine if we'd hit one of those last game. I didn't have 4 mana. I didn't even have the option to use the Glimmer. Oh, trust me, if we could have used the Glimmer, we would have snap used it that turn. Oh, you're talking about the Grasp? Nah. Great. Yeah, you're talking about the Grasp. My bad. The hell? Alright. I didn't know what all that was doing. Like, I wasn't clicking those, that was just it doing it. So I only have one answer to this in the entire deck. Other than maybe getting a lucky disallow. Yep. There's none of those in our deck anymore. Nice spell. Still not discarding many, everything we ever wanted. Can technically attack Deshandra and or stop Deshandra from getting closer to ulting. Both of those things be very good. Knowing our luck, he'll just have Glory B, though. What do you know? Glory B. I feel like our opponents had like the best possible play on every turn. The entire game. Neither of you do anything. 2 more lands. We dead, fam. Can't beat this. No, not the best possible card, the best possible play. Dead. Dead, dead, dead. Anyway, if you like what you see, do the following stuff. Check out the YouTube, check out the Twitter. There's links below. Yeah, I don't really advertise much when I lose. I feel like our opponent sideboarded kind of poorly that game and played kind of poorly. But we know I sideboarded poorly, so. Thank you for the new followers. So we have to rally back and win the next 2 to even get a pity chest? I am not feeling this deck. I think Nassif's build's just a lot better. Like, I don't even think it's a little better. I think it's a lot better. Yeah, hand's fine. Every spell I want. Having so few draw card spells seems really, really poor. I haven't tried it yet, but it's something I might try. I saw a I saw a reanimator build that I was kind of interested in trying from a Japanese tournament the other night. Seems like it's a little odd to play a reanimator deck right now, though, especially after Mono White Eldrazi just did so well. Because there's more scavenging grounds in the field than normal. Which might be a reason not to play the blue black deck as well, for that matter, but. I don't think blue black's bad. I'm just saying I don't particularly like this 75. Like, this is the same problem I had when I tried one of my friend's blue red deck that he top aided a MTGO PTQ with, like right when ours come out. Like, not having the extra illuminations just make the deck seem so much less consistent. It's like every turn I'm hoping I draw a glimmer, and having that few less glimmers seems really bad. It's not the deck, I just don't like the 75. Not a giant fan of negate main deck at all. Like, this negate's going to do nothing this entire game. I think there's too many matches that the negate does nothing. I guess I can hit that. Like, the negate doesn't really get any better versus them, does it? They typically don't have Planeswalker's main deck, and they typically only have one or two vehicles, and I don't really care about their vehicles that much. He could not have another land? He's got Scavenging Grounds main deck as well. But we're playing the 75 from the Grand Prix. So, like, I guess a straight 75. Like, we didn't tune this deck or anything. If he's playing Teamer, he really doesn't have enough. There's really no space for a colorless land in their deck. He may not be playing Team Energy, though. It could just be some of the similar cards. I've not paid attention to my lands this game. I don't remember when I played that second island, but, like, there's a good chance that I messed up being able to grasp on his turn. I'm definitely going to take 2 damage here. Would counterspell like a Bristling Hydra or a Rogue Refiner. Definitely will counterspell that. Go ahead and kill that too. Then we have a Supreme Will, so I guess we'll just pass again. I still have 4 cards. I feel like we've 1-for-1 every turn of the game and we're still this far behind in cards. could have kept both of those to play around a bristling Hydra, but I'm more greedy than that. That's what she said. By the way, thanks for stopping by, Mono BBC. I don't think I've saw you before. I guess the goes to get 9 mana, so I'll go ahead and play that. 9 mana for a Scarab God seems so much more than 7 mana for an approach. Yeah, well, we're looking for a sensor now. Would also take another Essence Scatter. Kind of want the Glimmer. Sure, we'll keep the Glimmer. Oh, of course we hit a second Glimmer. That's all 4 of our Glimmers. That's probably bad for us. Our opponent got through a good spell. Looks like we should have definitely buried it, but we would have missed anyway, so I guess it's fine. We can draw like Gear Hooks or something. Like, we would have missed anyway, so I'm happier having the Glimmer than a random card. There's no Doomfalls in the deck. It's another card I like a lot. Torrential Gearhulk's probably good enough with a counterspell. So I'll go ahead and put a counterspell on top. Well, we don't want either of them. Scarab God? Scarab God may be good enough. May not be too. It's got to survive though. Like, he could easily just have a couple of lightning harnesses. Alright, well, he did not have a couple of lightning harnesses. Feeling pretty good now. We have as much energy as him too in our non-energy deck. Because we played 45 Glimmer Geniuses. Oh, he didn't want to attack. We scared him. Give us this thing. Our Bristling Hydra is going to be a 4/4. I'm going to disallow this because it's cute. I would wait to use this ability. Him killing his own land when he's mana screwed, and us getting to disallow it and still get the Bristling Hydra back was... Man, if I knew how to make highlights, that would be a highlight video for the YouTube. I no longer care if I win another match the rest of the night, because that was just beyond fun. That was so fun. I mean, he drew no mana this game. He didn't really get to play, and he was a little color screwed, but like, that was fun. I can't say that wasn't fun. He can make his Hydra a 6. We can make our Hydra a 9. So, like, he can't even kill our Hydra with a block. That's pretty solid. Rogue Refiner? Nope. I'm counterspelling this mainly because I want it. Like, I'm not counterspelling this because it's a card I'm caring about. I'm counterspelling it because I want to take it with the Scarab God. Is this the first game that we've had that our opponent only played like 4 lands or whatever, but is this the first game we've had that Scarab Gods just went absolutely crazy? I feel like this is the first game we've had that Scarab Gods went crazy. We can take his Ronus, can't we? Oh my god, taking his Ronus. Well, no, I mean, he had all his colors, right? Like he had an Effer Hub and 5 energy. He just only had 4 sources. Don't concede yet. Let me take the Ronus before you concede. Oh, your Ronus are belong to us. Yeah, I didn't want to win until I reanimated the Ronus. We had an Essence Scatter and a removal spell in hand, too. Alright. I'm in love with this deck. I don't care if this deck's any good or not. Whenever my stream's over tonight, I'm going to go to Nassif's stream, figure out what 75 he's playing, and just copy it. No, I mean, keep in mind he did have all his colors of land. He had 5 energy. He just didn't have enough lands. He probably had like a lot of 5-drops in his hand or whatever. Alright, so that being said, I have absolutely no idea how to sideboard as usual. What else is new? Negate's probably less good. We have other counter spells that can get things. I just don't like Negate. Screw Negate. Negate can suck it. I'm pretty in love with Scarab God. Like, me and Scarab God, we go way back. Like to 1992 or whatever. These flame tendrils don't seem good. Ha! We figured it out, friends. We found something we can sideboard out. In an arbitrary parallel, Scarab God's probably the best card in Hours of Devastation. Earthshaker Kenra's probably the best card in actual terms of playing it in Standard. I don't think I need Kalatos, do I? Like, they have Glorybringers and stuff, so Kalatos doesn't seem good. Yeah, Kalatos doesn't seem good. On a power level, Scarab God's probably the best card in Standard. Ugh. We'll keep. This might be a little bit too loose, but we have an Essence Scatter for his second spell. He may not draw a 2-drop, or he may just draw a Servant, something that we can fairly ignore. And then we have a Tuesday Slaughter to clean it up if he does like sneak a Longtusk Cub in. Keeping hands like this seem awkward though. Because like he's going to resolve something at some point. Yeah, well that definitely resolves. You know, because I can't do anything about it. I'd probably counterspell anything now just to keep the 2 to Slaughter more relevant to trying to kill the Longtusk Cub. Thank you for following Bartek1944 and Cherry B94. Yeah, so they are teamer. Huh. Never saw that land before. I definitely played that set. You'd think I would know what that land was. Yeah. Get out of here. Fatal push. Just what the doctor ordered, providing that you can pretend I'm a doctor. What's up, Matt? You missed the funnest game we've had on stream in a week. I really wish that I could make highlights and clips and stuff because it was kind of cool. Those are the highlights that Jordan was talking about when he was telling me I needed to put highlights on my stream. This is... I don't know. What game is this? It's the 9th match today. Sure. I guess I'll just take 2. If I go ahead and use the fatal push right now, he could untap, or he could just play another land in a Chandra. I kind of want to keep the Supreme Will up for a Chandra. I did my exercising before I got on today, so I didn't have to worry about logging off early. Ooh, that's a good card. That that card's probably gonna come back and haunt us at some point. We need a Scarab God pretty quick so we can just take that. But if we play a Scarab God to take that, like he could just confiscation coup it, and then I would want to cut myself. And I'm not in the mood to cut myself today. Today's not a day for cutting. I shouldn't say things like that. That's probably extremely offensive to somebody. Play them in that order. Yeah, if he's spending his time doing that, that doesn't seem like it's like that bad for me, right? Alright, well, we'll take another Supreme Will. It's 3 mana for haste, and like, if he did that, we could use the Supreme Will to look for a removal spell. Like, we get more value out of the counter. And cycle this. I'm like more worried about his big spells than I am dying to this. Like, we'll find another removal spell to kill that 2 or 3 more times, but we might not find a spell at all that can ever kill his bristling hydras and things. I don't know why I still have this up, by the way. I think it's worth disallowing that. Like, that card's very good. I would probably even protect it with a Supreme Will if he had a negate. If they had a negate, I'm sorry. I mean, the name's Mindless Marty, so I assume it's a he, but still something I need to be better about. What's up, Corey? Welcome back. I will take you. already showed him that card too. Not found a Glimmer yet though, which makes the Gearhulk a little worse, since he again still has 4 cards in his hand, which kind of amazes me. Skyship. Do I care about a Skyship? I probably care about a Skyship. Alright, we care about a Skyship. Where can you get Chick-fil-A at? Is there a Chick-fil-A in Pikeville? He has no mana, so Censor. You told me that once before, and like it completely went in one ear and out of the other because you said I had to go on campus to get it, and I was like, "F that, buddy." It's like, who do you think you are, telling me to go on campus? This is the Ray. The Ray don't go on campus. Guess we'll keep the second Credential Gearhulk. Attack. Starting to lag pretty bad, so I wonder if the frames are starting to drop. A little bit more than earlier. Oh, I guess that was a better answer for you, Matt. We've been online 3 hours and 55 minutes. You would have been doing work stuff. Because, ew, work. You people in jobs, you disgust me. I started playing League of Legends again last night, by the way. 1-0 in ranked. Woo! First time after first couple games after like 6 or 7 months. Plan on playing no champion but Zyra ever. Scarab God. Does he have anything cool in his graveyard? Why, yes he does. It's got a Torrential Gearhulk in my graveyard. Does he have anything cool in his graveyard? Yes, it's called a Torrential Gearhulk in my graveyard. I love it. Man, I just talk, hear myself. It's a jolly old time here at St. Nick's house. Nah, we don't care about that. There's a Torrential Gearhulk in ours. Scarab God's been really good versus the mid-rangey green deck. Is everything that has like basic island just good versus the mid-rangey green decks? I don't think I'm gonna let him have that. Mainly just because I want to steal it myself. Yes, I know he already has one, but you know, stealing more than one's fun. Take the Essence Scatter. It's a pretty quick clock too. If we draw an untapped land, we have our Gearhulk plus don't think I'm going to worry about getting a turn 1 land. We're just going to take his creature. So, any untapped land, any removal spell wins. And this gives us 2 scries to find untapped land? Well, neither of those do it. Boo, we didn't get to do it in style. Well, this thing doesn't block very well, so. Yeah, Scarab God definitely seems very good versus the mid-rangey green decks. And how you doing today, Hobo? I believe that's the first time I've saw you in the stream as well. Goodbye, my torrential Gearhulk Bay. We will miss you. Still have an Essence Scatter for the next good spell? Or we have a Scarab God? I think it's sweet to get paired versus somebody that has actually saw me stream before. Thank you for following Poop Soup Troop and Shadow King. Appreciate it. Poop Soup Troop. That's a name for you. Hey, Mindless Marty. How you doing? Our opponent's here. Thanks for the follow, Mindless Marty. Appreciate it. It was a pretty fun match. The disallow on the scavenging ground made me absolutely giddy, man. I didn't really notice anything, but keep in mind, like, we can't see your hand or anything, so it's, like, hard to tell what choices you're making when we can't see your hand. I was at no point ever going to play around a dispel. I mean, you could have had it, you would have just got me. But how's the colorless land been for you? Oh yeah. I hit 4 glimmers last game. That was insane. The grounds do feel pretty good versus me. I was just lucky and had to disallow at the right time. But yeah, the grounds feel pretty good versus us. All right. Well, we beat the 2 mid-range green decks we played. Our opponent was pretty chill, pretty cool. I was a little afraid of the colorless source, but like you were just mana screwed. It wasn't colors. You just didn't have enough lands. That game one, you got stuck on 4 forever. By the way, anybody new in chat, since I see a bunch of you here, click follow if you like what you see. You can always type ! in deck list to find a link to the deck if you want. You can even there'll be 2 links. One with just a picture if you're just wanting a picture. The second link has like all the cards on it. So like say you didn't know what To the Slaughter is, you could highlight it and read it. Also, beyond that, down below the stream, there's a link to both my Twitter and my YouTube. On my Twitter, you see every time I go live and every deck list I play. And on the YouTube, all the streams get posted there. Someday, if I ever learn how to edit videos, there will be additional content there. And if you're watching from the YouTube, a link to the Twitter, a link to the Twitch, and a link to every deck list is in the chat below. Yeah, I hear that. That's one of the reasons I've been playing mostly blue decks lately. I sold my Chandras when they were... I don't remember if they were 30 or 35. Like, I sold them from Mono Red, and I just refused to buy them back at their current price. So, like, I've not been able to play any Teamer decks. I've not been able to play any, like, red-green ramp decks. I've not been able to play any... Just haven't been able to play a lot of things that I want to play because of that. Yeah, and you had your colors game one. Like, you had an Effer Hub, and you had 5 energy that whole game. You just didn't have enough. Ooh. How about... I don't know what's going on here. How about F6 my turn, I think. Yeah, the Ronus was a little scary. I got lucky and had to counterspell at the right time. It's pretty hard for this deck to beat. Like I have to beat it with like double grasp or something insane. So I don't know what our opponent's really playing. He could be playing Reanimator or he could be playing the same deck, so I'm not going to cycle the Fetid Pools. Yeah, we noticed that too. Yeah. It's kind of odd on Moto a lot of the times that you'll get mana screwed one way and then you'll get it back the other way. We'll put that on top, this on bottom. No, I wouldn't cut it all. You have to have some to be able to kill like Gearhulks and to be able to kill Scarab Gods and stuff. If I was on the play, I was thinking about bringing back in the. I didn't have the vampires or the Cletuses on the draw because I was so afraid of Glorybringer, but I might have played them on the play. It may just be right for me to have them as well. Like I could just be entirely wrong for not having them. Is this game who plays Scarab God first does better? And did I actually cast a Grasp of Darkness on the Everborn when I had a Fatal Push in my hand? I'm pretty sure that I cast a Grasp of Darkness on that when I had a Fatal Push in my hand. I was just not paying attention. Sorry about that. That's loosey goosey for sure. So I said I wasn't ever going to cycle this, but it's getting closer and closer to looking like at some point I am going to cycle it. Their Blighted Fin's a little annoying. Wonder how this match goes. They're definitely the control build. This is the first day we've ever played black-green. Oh, thank you very much, man. No problem. I do my best. I'm not very good at it, but hopefully I'll improve. I just don't want to cast that Glimmer because I have to discard. Discarding is the suck. No, it's fun. This is a fun game. Thanks for stopping by too. We're always here. We're always posting on YouTube. If you're ever bored and driving, want to watch some, sweet magical cards getting tapped and like played and like tapped and stuff. I'm probably the one that played badly. I'm not a great player. Like I still have just random Fetid Pools in my hand that at some point I'm going to cast, I promise. Is today Wednesday? Today is Wednesday, isn't it? There may be a surprise modern stream sometime tomorrow. A friend's going to loan me Ad Nauseam. The opponent has 9 mana. It looks like it. He's got Blighted Fin though, which is already pretty nice. Alright, we'll finally cast you. Well, it won't be a modern day. We'll definitely be doing some standard. I believe my sensor is no longer any good. I'm not casting the Glimmer, by the way, because I don't want to discard a card. I don't know. Take care, Marty. What do you mean today is Oh, yeah, today is modern day at page 3. Yeah, I'm not going to make that. This game won't even be over in enough time for me to get there. One of us has to miss a land drop sometime, right? I mean, sure. I don't own a webcam. Like, whether people want the webcam or not, like, I don't own one. You saw how bad the lighting would be. I'm just gonna play this thing now. Because if he like wins some kind of counterspell war for it, then we probably get to resolve our Scarab God, which is pretty nice. The Scarab God feels like it's the prize. I do not have a shirt on. It's going pretty good, Vladimus. How are you doing today? I most definitely am wearing no shirt currently. I don't care if he counterspells this, because like I said, the prize is Scarab God. Like, we get our Gear Hulk back when we get the Scarab God anyway. Hello, Scarab. I got a Reno. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go ahead and buy this thing back now, just to have protection from him using that. I got Duress, Spell Pierce, Opt. Opt is going to be insanely good in Modern. I think Opt is going to be insanely good in Modern. Yeah, he cast the Sensor instead of just tapping 3 mana. That was kind of odd. So anyway, he's got this Blighted Fin now, which is pretty good spell from here. Yeah, it could get banned in Modern. You don't know. I looked today on a few different websites because I was going to spec buy the crap out of them, and they were bought up. The foil versions bought up like crazy. Op's certainly a great spell. Well, that's kind of disappointing. He probably has a disallow as well, but I feel like if he was going to do all of this, he should have at least did it before so he could have got 2 points of damage in. So you have a disallow as well? What's he tapping now? He could have his own Gear Hulk in a disallow. Yeah, the foils seem like they're pretty popular. I noticed on Star City they were like $9.99 and sold out or whatever. So I could try to protect this thing, and I believe I will. Just gonna get disallow. I expect none of this to resolve, by the way, but we have another Glimmer. Maybe we can find another. He uses a crap ton of his mana like this too, so like if he does have like a Gear Hulk or something, he might not be able to have the mana to flash back the other part of Never in return. I don't remember. I think it's like 4 mana for the other part. So if he has to play a Gear Hulk, he can't use the other part. Alright, so it's just a Grasp. So there's no creatures in any graveyard, is there? Nope, no creatures in any graveyard. Ooh, that's a good one. Is this sorcery only? Nope. This is any time that youngin feels like using it. Hopefully he uses it now. That'd be sick if he uses it now. And like didn't have a dispel. I guess I could have attacked for 5, but I was kind of afraid of a Torrential Gearhulk. Alright, so let's have our fun. Let's have our fun. We're the God's Pharaoh gift deck now. Draw our 4 cards. Yes. What do we want to discard? Oh, we have a Supreme Will? So we'll discard you. We'll discard you. And then we'll play the Gearhulk. Like I said, the Scarab God was the prize. Scarab God does work in these very, very slow matches. And now there's a Gearhulk in his graveyard too, so he's got like this turn to hit a real spell. Can he target his own graveyard with this? Because if so, he might need to get rid of his own Gearhulk. Okay, he did in fact have to get rid of his own Gearhulk, and that makes me giddy. You don't even know how giddy that makes me. Yeah, well, we don't want you. Yeah, I'll play you too. All the lands. Opponent had to kill his own Gearhulk. Wow. I guess if we're going to sacrifice anything, we'll sacrifice this thing. Let's just sacrifice this one. We can get it back. As giddy as a Gideon. So opponent needs a pretty good spell, and we have a Torrential Gearhulk in our graveyard, so I don't know if a good spell does anything. Guess we don't have a counter spell. Okay, he's done. Well, we won a game. Hallelujah. What seems good in this match? Never seems good in this match. Negate seems good. The spell seems good. Everborns don't seem very good. Two to Slaughters seem... These don't seem very good. Maybe Summary Dismissal seems okay. I wonder if Liliana's any good. Like... I guess both decks have Disallow. But like, we don't have a whole lot of answers, do we? We definitely don't want these. Definitely don't want these. So, the two to Slaughters and the Lilianas both do things. You know, we don't have any answers to Scarab Gods in this deck, do we? Like, if a Scarab God resolves, we're just dead. I guess our Liliana can get our Scarab Gods back. I don't even have to worry about ultimate, like... Push over Grasp? Grasp with the Lilianas can kill these. Well, we have kind of a good hand. We don't have very many card draw spells, but... Gifted Everborn. Maybe we should have kept pushes. I wouldn't have expected this card to come in. Like, we didn't bring ours in. Maybe I'm just wrong not to bring ours in. Still have some grasp. Eh, guess our hand's good enough to protect. I remember what land I showed him turn 1, so I probably messed up. Okay, no, that's fine. He's down to 4 cards now. Alright, so apparently we take the creature plan in this match, which isn't something I would have expected. Could have used the Censor instead of the Kalatos there, but the Censor can try to get a Glimmer. Wow, that's kind of bad. See, our last see, our Friday Night Magic, they gave 5 away as door prizes, and the top 8 got 1. Alright, I'm just going to slam this. He doesn't have a lot of answers in his entire deck, and he's Finn on cards. And it's going to be, like, if we wait, we may not be able to play it through a counterspell later. So, like, even if he has Never or whatever, like, this might be the only time to cast it. I mean, I think I'm fine with just blocking and letting them both die, right? I guess not. There's Kalatosses in the graveyard. It was just 13. But yeah. It's not that many, really. We only had 18 people. I don't think they were supposed to give out that many. I think they messed up when they gave out that many. Kalatos? I don't know how you pronounce it. I'm pretty sure my store just gave out more than they were supposed to. And I'm okay with that. Well, actually, I won't be okay with that, but there's another store I can go to that's kind of close that makes it a little okay. His name's Cletus. Cletus Van Dam. I like it. Yeah, well, we at least get a Cletus. We're 100% going to take this Cletus too and get an extra scry. We need the creature anyway to play around the Blighted Fin, so we might as well get the scry out of it. Bottom. Oh, well that's good. So even if he finds an answer, we're in okay shape. Calitros. I'm with Mono BBC here. I'm all about the Cletus. Okay, that's fine. What do you have? A Giante. Alright, we'll try to counterspell Giante, I guess. Mainly because it'd be fun to take with our Scarab God. Our opponent had some cards. So we'll take that one. We'll get rid of that one. We'll keep this one. We'll attempt to kill this. And we're heading to Lifelink race. Getting to take the Gante was pretty fun, I have to admit. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for the opponent to come back from this one. If he somehow does deal with it all, we've got the other Scarab. Okay, he's Dobbs. He's tapped out and dead. All right. Well, looks like we stole a pity chest with this one. What did we lose to? So we beat a semi-mirror, we beat Teamer, we beat something. We lost to Mono White Eldrazi and we lost to Mardu. What did we beat round one? I don't remember. No, Pummeler, I remember now. Okay, Pummeler. So we beat Pummeler. Yeah, we beat Pummeler, we beat the Mirror, and we beat a Teamer deck. We lost to Mono White Eldrazi. The games felt fairly close. I don't know if I played well. We lost to Mardu Vehicles. The game felt a little bit unfavorable, but again, I don't know if I played well, and we drew pretty poorly. But overall, it was a pretty decent experience with the deck. May play it again tomorrow. May also try to upgrade tomorrow's build to whatever Nassif plays, and then play his build of it. So it's 6:38. So we're going to play some more. We're gonna play a different format though. So I want to go over here and I want to actually press stop to record.